Well, hello there. Happy Fancy Friday to you. I'm dressed up fancy today for the occasion, and let's check you guys out. Looking good. It's a sharp bunch of kindergartners out there. All right, I will put my tea down. Today I have two different books to read to you today, and they're about an animal that I think is pretty cool called a giraffe. The first story that I'm going to read to you is a fictional story. A fictional story is a story that is made up. It's not real, though it is entertaining. And the second thing I'm going to read is a nonfiction book about giraffes, so we can get some information for our writing here in a little bit. So I'm going to start with our very first one. This is called I Am Not a Chair. And if you look, that giraffe, I'm noticing he doesn't look very happy. He doesn't want to be a chair, and it looks like the other animals think that he is. So hopefully he solves this problem. What do you guys think? I am not a chair. On Giraffe's first day in the jungle, he felt something wasn't right. Can I share that chair? Chair? I am not a chair. Giraffe knew he needed to clear things up right away. But, splat! He couldn't get the words out. Look, a banana's throwing a peel in his face. The snake is choking him. A skunk sat on him and it smells so bad he can't even open his mouth. Ugh. I'm a giraffe. Can't they see? I have spots and ears and eyes and whatever these things are. If they couldn't see the difference, Giraffe would have to show them. Snap, twist, twist, clink, clunk. What do you think he's doing? Let's see. Now that's a chair. Looks nothing like me. Uh-oh. It kind of looks like him, doesn't it? New friends were already headed his way. Problem solved. Oomph! Wobble, wobble, wobble. Smash! Oh no, my chair! I'll fix it. This goes here, that goes there. Giraffe's first day could not get any worse, but at least no one could sit on him now. Ouch, poor Giraffe. Flap, flap, flap. Or so he thought. While Giraffe looked for a solution, someone was spying on him. A human! Surely he'll know who I am. Look at those spots. It's perfect! Wait. Ah. Smartish species? Yeah, right. Even the human thought it was a chair. Enough! I am not a chair, and I'm speaking up to the next animal I see. Roar! The next animal I see will be my dinner, even if I have to sit here all night. I don't know. Should the giraffe speak up now? Giraffe wished he could run. He wished he could hide. And he wished he wasn't so afraid. No, I need to speak up. I need to be me and... Giraffe couldn't hold it in any longer. I've got to pee. He needs to use the potty. Okay, here goes nothing. Excuse me? Ah! Run for your lives! A talking chair! I'm not a chair. I'm a giraffe. And the next day he told everyone, and everything felt right. Oh, look, he is making friends. Me, a chair. Can you believe it? Look at that. Giraffe is sitting on a turtle. He thinks it's a rock. Poor little turtle. All right. So this was a fictional book. Even though there are real animals in here, like a giraffe is a real animal, they're doing a lot of things that we know animals don't do, like running around the way they are and talking. So this is a made-up story, but now we're going to get a little bit of information about giraffes that we can use for our writing. So here I have an encyclopedia kind of a book, and it has lots of information about lots of different animals. So I'm actually going to skip ahead a little bit to a section about the grassland. So here you can see it. The grassland is actually in Africa. And if you've seen a movie called The Lion King, this might look a little bit familiar. In the grassland, it's mostly grass. Good job. Mostly grass. There are very few trees. You see that? Very few trees. So we're going to get kind of a sneak preview of some other animals that live in the grassland. But if the movie The Lion King is about that area, what kind of animal do you think would live there? That's right, lions. Let's see what else. Cheetahs. Ooh, there's some information about cheetahs. Zebras. Giraffes. So, since this is a nonfiction informational book, it's going to be giving me lots of facts about giraffes that I can use. So here it says, giraffe. Giraffes are the tallest land animals. Did you guys know that? They are the tallest. It says, a giraffe's legs are taller than most grown-up people. Its long neck adds even more to its height. Over here it says that a giraffe is about as tall as 3 men standing on each other's shoulders. So that's crazy. If you think about your dad and how tall your dad is, think about 3 of your dads standing on top of each other. That's how tall a giraffe is. They're huge. They're the tallest land animals. So here it says, giraffes eat leaves. That's the food they like. Because they are so tall, giraffes can reach leaves growing high in trees. And there's a little picture. If you see, the giraffes are not up on their tippy toes. They are not reaching. They can reach those trees like super easy. They're just even bending over. Down here it says, a giraffe protects itself from enemies by kicking. Look at those legs. Would you want to be kicked by a giraffe? Yeah, I wouldn't either. That does not look like it'd be fun. Ugh, look at that part. It says giraffes like acacia leaves. Acacia trees have big thorns. Giraffes can reach around the thorns with their long tongues. Giraffes have kind of a bluish, blackish tongue. It says a giraffe's tongue is about 18 inches long. It would stretch almost all the way across this open book. Well, we have been working with measurement, guys, and I want to show you a tool that a lot of grown-ups use. This is called a tape measure. And it's like a ruler, except you can stretch it out as long as you need it to go. So I'm going to find 18 inches on my tape measure. Do you see the number 18? All right, and now I'm going to measure the book to see if it's 18 inches. And if you can see here, it was right. The book is a tiny bit longer than 18 inches, but it's pretty close. Thank you, Mr. Tape Measure. So think about that, guys. If I was standing next to a giraffe, this is about as long as its tongue would be. That's pretty crazy. Is your tongue that long? No way. It says, giraffes do not need much sleep. You probably sleep about 10 hours a night. A giraffe only needs 2 hours of sleep. That's not a lot. Reaching a drink, though, is tricky for this tall animal. First, the giraffe spreads its front legs. Then it stretches its neck down to the water. Luckily, a giraffe gets much of the water it needs from what it eats. So if you look, this is kind of what we do, like in PE, or even we did this in my classroom when we were stretching, when we reach out our legs, we stretch out our legs and we try to touch the floor. That's what a giraffe has to do like every time that it wants a drink. Has to do that crazy stretch because it's so tall and the water's way down low. It doesn't have a cup to drink out of. So luckily it gets most of the water it needs from those leaves instead of having to do this all the time because that would be a little uncomfortable. All right. So this book gave me a lot of information about giraffes, and we're going to use part of that information in our writing. Before we go, I want to show you at the very end of this book, it has a map of the world, so you can kind of see all these different areas around the world. The grasslands are in Africa, way over here. We live up here, but Africa is over here. So some of the different animals that live in Africa are the cheetah, like we saw, a camel, giraffe, lion, a meerkat, zebras. We saw some of those. All right, guys. Here in a little bit, we're going to come back and we're going to write about a giraffe. But before then, hopefully you find a very comfortable spot where you can get some reading done, and I'll see you here in a little bit. But before we go, so long. May you have a very, very fancy reading time. Farewell.